Seems like when I record or present a new message, I just did one yesterday, yet this one still feels like I've been away too long. It's only been about less than 24 hours. Maybe it's just because I have this burning platform of passion to present this more often, twice a day. I don't know if that's going to be smart or not, but I still have the intention to increase from my video presence in these podcast episodes. I haven't done it yet, but yet at the same time, I still feel conflicted that, man, I've been gone too long. It's only been a day. Anyway, this discussion today, let's call it Surrender and Acceptance, Part 2. And believe it or not, the Part 1 was a few years ago, 2 years ago, episode 244. So if you get a chance, check out the episode where I first introduced this topic about surrender and acceptance. So going forward, if you check that one out, if not, check it out after this one today. When I say surrender and acceptance, I'm also encouraging you to abandon all reason, restraint, logic, and constraint without giving yourself away. Does that make any sense? To say abandon logic and constraint and not give yourself away. So I guess when I say that, maybe for more clarity, I would ask you to have and start with some sort of definition for yourself. Who are you? Yeah, what drives you? That would help to refine that question. But then I want to then mention the thing I keep referencing from me, the infrastructure for resilience. Remember, resilience, the book itself is called Resilience, the Beauty of Presence. But resilience, the top level definition is best courage, least vanity. So, but to get there, how I get there is recycling, reconnecting with a practice that is not one way or the other, could start in the middle, but that infrastructure of my resilience starts with my desire, hunger, discipline, drive, beauty, leading to my presence, leading to the resilience I want to present to you with my best courage and least vanity. So I'm asking you to do that, to surrender and accept yourself without constraining your proportions and your growth and exposure. So leading into the previous surrender and acceptance part 1, I made a reference to Cheap Trick, a great band from 70s, 80s. This is not part of the conversation, Cheap Trick, but bringing up that term, surrender, somehow took me back to those simpler times and great music. And the band Cheap Trick had a song called Surrender. And also, last reference to Cheap Trick, another great song, I Want You to Want Me. I just love the vibe, the flow, and the lyrics of that song. Totally unrelated to this discussion today. I have certainly digressed from the direction of this podcast episode today. Pardon me. But in my defense, remember, music is part of my currency. Music, like that band and many other bands, part of what drives me. Anyway, on to this episode. I do not have a song reference for acceptance. You have to bear with me only on my voice for that part. But those two subject words, surrender and acceptance, for this podcast are related to the consistent theme for all the 820 podcast and urgency meetings, to emphasize and connect my musings to the book, Resilience, the Beauty of Presence. So for most of the 500 seconds that I have your ear today, I really want to simply connect surrender and acceptance to what surrender to what to surrender to and what to accept on the journey and resilience. So, using the term surrender, I don't mean to imply giving up or giving in to something outside of you. No. I'm asking you to surrender your vanity, your internal ego and fear, and to accept, to embrace your courage, your confidence and humility. Remember that ratio, that balance of courage over vanity, that balance of your best courage with your least vanity defines the resilience I propose to you in these podcasts, in the book, in the workshops. Now, just surrendering the vanity and accepting the courage in words only will not move us forward on this journey. Not very far. I'm making that statement to yourself consistently. Making that statement to myself consistently is a great start. Now we have to take physical and spiritual action. That's not very complicated, but just one more reminder. The maintenance of stating the direction and staying on that very narrow path. Check your compass on departing from the reliance on fear and ego and taking your courage outside, accepting the responsibility and accountability for the positive and the wayward steps we will take on that path. There is no right or wrong in that journey. Like, for example, in golf, you're playing 18 holes. Great course or whatever. But on that course, in that endeavor, that effort, every single shot is a lesson. But you have to take that shot, this shot, and accept the forward movement of your intention. There's no going back on any golf shot. Like life, for real, there are no mulligans or do-overs on the current shot of the day or the current shot of the moment. It's really just that simple. I know it's a simplistic way to connect surrender and acceptance to life, love, and now golf. But it's really the same thing even in music for me. You can't overdo or redo a note that I just missed in that song. You can't redo it. Learn from that mistake, or as Miles said, there's no bad notes. The next one makes the past one the best it can be in context. So anyway, there's no right or wrong, but make every shot count. Make every note count. Make every word you speak count. If you need more on this topic and on resilience, head over to 820podcast.com. Until we meet there, stay present, stay current, and do remember, it is always 820.